Friends, hello to everyone! Before I start, I want to tell you a short story. My son and I are constantly jogging, and once, we're in the morning, the sun has not yet risen, he puts on a windbreaker, and I tell him, no need, because it will soon be warm, you will get steamed. But he put on a jacket anyway. And so we ran for some time, the sun came out, it became hot, so I said, well, take it off, throw it on the grass, and we'll pick it on the way back. And we're in the fields, there is no one here around, and no one can steal this jacket. He did so, threw his windbreaker, we ran further, ran for another 20 minutes, we returned to the jacket, and the dogs are excitedly looking at the jacket, and the puppy is lying on the jacket. Meet! This is Eva. The fact is that it is at least 5 kilometers in a straight line to the nearest settlement. And I don't know where she came from, but she found my son's jacket and laid down in it to rest. Of course, we took her away. She is covered in ticks and thorns. In general, a classic story. The problem is that her baby teeth haven't started changing yet. She's very small. She's about 3 months old. And you have to work with her. Therefore, I will tell you exactly how to work with your dog or puppy, and we will show you a short walk, what and how to do on it, so that your relationship improves and it is much easier for you to work with your puppy. I ask for your attention. The first thing I want to say is that it's very important to choose places where you can let your dog go. I especially live in a remote place, so that it's comfortable for me to walk around. I understand that not every person can afford it, but you can always leave or go somewhere and find a place where you can let the dog out so that it can run, sniff, and explore the world freely. And not that you constantly pull it with a leash, because there are some lying on the floor bones or other dangerous things. Here we are completely safe, no leftovers, no unpleasant surprises, so I can relax and enjoy the walk and give the dog the opportunity to explore the environment. This is very, very important.
Тут у нас цілком безпечно, ніяких залишків їжі, нічого немає, тому я можу розслабитись і просто насолоджуватись прогулянкою і дати собаці можливість вивчати навколишнє середовище. Це дуже-дуже важливо. Наступне правило.
The next rule is that you should not constantly address the dog and draw its attention to you, call it, or want something from it. Give the dog the opportunity to be independent for a while, to do its own thing. And when we're about to address our puppy, something very interesting will appear after our ringing. And in this way, we teach the dog that if I call you, if I address you, something interesting and important will appear. And it should be in contrast. Now we're walking, I don't have anything. I'm going, usually I walk silently, but now I'm talking to you. And then, when I saw that the dog ran up a little, sniffed, did its business, we'll start playing, and then we'll start her feet. Don't forget to subscribe.
Нічого нема. Я собі йду, зазвичай я мовчав, зараз я теревеню для вас. А зазвичай я просто мовчки би йшов. І потім, коли я побачив, що собачка трошки набігалась, нанюхалась. Можливо, ще
It is also important that I walk and I do not pay attention to the dog. I just go forward. Whether she fell behind or ran ahead, it doesn't matter to me. The dog has to learn to track me. If you constantly pay attention, constantly call her, tug at her, the dog will understand that we control her. The dog starts to become impudent. The dog starts to run away and understands that you will constantly follow her. You will control her. In my case, you see, I go and I don't even look at the puppy. The puppy has to control me. As a puppy, it is dependent on adults and it worries if it gets lost. And when we start our first walks, when we just walk around, you see it runs for itself. It will watch us very closely, so as not to get lost. Sometimes you can turn around and go the other way. Watch what will happen now. You see, she looked at me. Strange, she thought. Went in the other direction. She went about her business. But someone would already start calling the dog, like, "Hey, come here!" I just go. See what's happening. Do you see? She saw that I was leaving and followed me. Now I turn around again and go in the other direction from her. And I never once turned to her. See what will happen now. Do you see? And in this way, we teach the dog to control us. Here we just went to a magical meadow where we can work. This field is the size of a football. It is very beautiful here, there is a lot of space, and it is convenient to just play with the dog and do some work. This is exactly what we will do here. Look, the dog found something. What is this? This is some kind of frozen pumpkin. Again, if I start to yell or scream now, the dog will run away with it. Now, she tried it, it was disgusting, the dog lost interest. Okay, let's offer a puppy game. I walk away from the dog all the time to teach the dog to always move towards me. I let the toy and walk away again. And if the dog don't want to come to us, we always have another toy. And we changing the toys, teaching the dog to exchange. Now I'm picking up the first toy and hiding from the puppy. And I walk away again. I keep walking away. I teach the dog to always move in my direction. And even if nothing happens, oh, you see it happens. That is, she should understand that with me is much more interesting than without me. Now let's try to exchange for food. I have the pieces prepared, I take out the piece, and in advance I will say the command and exchange for a piece. Give? Nice girl! And I take the toy. I let her chew the treat. Alright, she's done. And now we continue.
Я кидаю. Ладно, думаю, моточок вже побили, ймовірно, зараз схожу. Кидаю.
She already knows that I had treats and switched to me. It's okay, we just will encourage her enthusiasm for food now and we'll try to play again. She wants to eat. She is hungry and does not want to play now. It happens, it's normal, you don't need to worry about it. If the dog suddenly switches to food from a toy, it means that the need for food is now more formed and you need to work with food. And you can play another time. We didn't play for long, but it was a lot of fun and it's cool.
Недовго, але дуже весело. І це круто. Клещі зараз.
The ticks are crawling, it bothers her.
Все турбує. Добре, що
Well,
починаємо?
let's get started. You don't need to immediately make the puppy lie down, sit, stand. First, teach your dog to catch up with your hand. And we give it out a little bit, but always give her a piece at a time. It's not visible in camera, but I keep giving her treats piece by piece. Now she's chewing a big piece. I'm constantly moving away from her, teaching her to always follow me. Constantly move away from the dog and give her more pieces. Fields are being cleaned here, a harvester is working somewhere, he is there, see? And this is kind of socialization, because the puppy hears sounds, it is distracted and gets used to these sounds. And it may not be a combined harvester, it may be rods, gunshots, whatever. Something is working somewhere in a distance. We do not pay attention and are focused on the work. And now, something more complicated. Let's circle. And now it's even more complicated. Underfoot. And I'm walking away from the dog, constantly walking away from the dog, teaching the puppy to always follow me. And that's it. She worked a little, and the main thing is that the dog does not get tired of it. And that's it. The end. A little bit of good. Then we'll work more, but this is the end. Look, there are birds that preparing for autumn. And the secret is that we worked a little, but the puppy didn't get full, it didn't get tired. It just got irritated. And this is such a life hack, because inexperienced people like to work. And they work, feed the dog, and that's it. He ate his fill and ran away. And we didn't. We walked a little, that's all. And we went on for a walk. But the dog just got irritated. She wants to eat. She has the taste of the food in her mouth, and she will constantly think about it. You see, she constantly turns to me as if asking, "Are we going to eat? Can you give me a piece, please?" If the dog looks at you, it should be noted and reinforced.
вами тут такі штуки є.
A very cool life hack, friends, is to just sit down sometimes. Don't run anywhere, just get down to the dog's level on the ground and sit with it. Because what do you see? The dog sits and doesn't go anywhere. She takes an example from you, and you're kind of the same wave. You sit, and she sits, and we do something together. We play together, eat together, walk together, rest together. Now I remind you that at this time there's a great danger with ticks, so do not forget about the treatments. There are just a lot of ticks now.
Дуже важливо інколи приділити увагу просто кліщей, бачите скільки.
It is very important to sometimes pay attention to just love. Sometimes to talk with the dog, to scratch the dog if the dog requires it, but do not force yourself with this if the dog does not want it.
Ева! Гуляй. Боже мой, боже мой. Молодець, пішли. Ну что, ты меня ждешь? Иди гуляй.
We are back on this mirror again, and now we'll work a little again. You see, we have a straight stretch of rod, so we're walking a little side by side now. We start very tightly, the handle near the nose, gradually tear off, turn, tear off, turn. If she's behind, nothing. And now hop, straighten up, and let's go.
Так. Бачу знову клещ. Їм голову видриває. От так. Давай, давай. Так.
That's a not sport common near. We just want the dog to walk with us and concentrate on us and not run away. I make it a little more difficult because it is usually long and boring to lead the dog by the handle so that the dog learns to follow you. We gradually turn around, and then straighten up and walk, but the dog remains in a certain position. Now we'll practice endurance.
Чекати. Так. чекати. Чекати. Ні-а.
And we don't give anything. She got up again. I didn't give anything.
Даємо тільки
We give it only when the
коли
puppy
він
does not
зривається
come
з
up.
місця. Да, гуляй, моя хорошенькая, гуляй. Типу. Да, супер, девочка. Супер, девочка. Вот. Вот так. О-хо.
And that's all. Unfortunately, it is impossible to put all life hacks in one video, but you can subscribe to the channel and follow the continuation. And after a walk, do not forget to clean your dog from ticks and thorns so that it does not scratch. All the best, glory to Ukraine!